seated, and we're just gonna kind of combine a few things what we've picked up throughout the week and merge them together into a 45-minute practice. Now, as always, there shall be options. As I can't see you or guide you in person, listen to your own body, see how it feels. Maybe today you choose one option, maybe another day you choose another. Maybe you wait till the end of the week to find or change your options. Again, just doing what feels right for you as we go through today's practice. So if you'd like to find a comfortable seat to begin, however that may be, find a nice tall spine, relax the shoulders, place the hands in a comfortable position, maybe on the knees, maybe on the lap. Chin slightly tucked so we get some length on the back of the neck. And then gently closing down the eyes or bringing them to a soft gaze, whatever you find more comfortable. Just taking a few moments just to settle into the space. Start to bring your awareness inward, leaving the outside world behind for the next 45 minutes. Just listening to your own body. Our body speaks to us every minute of the day. This class is a chance for you to listen and give it what it needs. So maybe just take a moment to scan the body, just noticing if you're holding any areas of tension or tightness. See if we can start to breathe into that space, slowing down the breath slightly. I'm going to give a different kind of breathing cue just to start again, just to settle in. So we'll just start by taking a full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, and just sigh out anything that's not going to serve you over this class. Again, take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sighing out, maybe just relaxing the shoulders or settle into your seat a little bit more. And then another full breath in through the nose, closing down the mouth, gently exhaling out of the nose and seeing if you can continue to breathe in and out through the nose throughout the rest of the class. And then in your mind, slowly just start to count your breaths. You don't need to do it out loud. You don't need to change the way you're breathing. Just counting the length of the inhale and the exhale. So maybe it's 2 or 3 seconds on the inhale. Maybe it's 2 or 3 seconds on the exhale. Now just focusing on the inhale and your next round of breath, can you maybe add an extra second? So we're trying to lengthen the exhale now. So if you've got 3 seconds on the in, can you maybe push it to 4 seconds on the out? And again, if it's 2 seconds on the in, maybe 3 seconds on the out. Just whatever it is, see if we can lengthen it by a second. Again, just keeping a slow control of the breath. And then maybe seeing now if we can add 1 more second on your next round of breath. So 2 seconds over on the exhale compared to the inhale. So again, for example, if it's 3 seconds on the in, see if you can slow it down to 5 seconds on the out. Just keeping a nice steady breath, keeping the spine lifted, chin tucked, body still strong, but seat finely rooted. And again, just lengthening the exhale. Taking 1 more round of breath here, so you can double it now. So if we're 3 seconds on the inhale, then maybe 6 seconds on the exhale. If it's 2 seconds on the inhale, can you bring it to maybe 5 on the exhale? Just lengthen it a little bit more for these final few rounds of breath. And then just slowly now, after your next round, coming back to your normal breath, just taking a moment to check in, seeing if something small like lengthening the exhales can just calm the mind and the body a little bit. Lovely. Gently blinking open the eyes if they're closed down. Have a wonderful class, everybody. So we're just going to gently begin to transfer now over into a tabletop position. Coming into all fours, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Fingers spread nice and wide and the tops of the feet on the mat. And coming into some cow cats just to start off. So inhale, lift the chin, bring it forward. Push the tailbone out. As you exhale, bring the chin to the chest and tuck the tailbone under, pushing away from the floor. So inhale, lifting the chin, bring the gaze forward, curve the spine. As you exhale, dome in the back, looking towards the navel, or the cat if it comes under. And then again, taking an inhale as you lift the chin, bring the gaze forward. Now just do a couple of these in your own breath. Again, just slowing down the movement, taking the full breath to make the movement rather than speeding through. Really working into the spine. So as you push away from the floor, coming into your cat. And then as you inhale, really draw the shoulders back, push the tailbone out, and find your cow pose. Again, maybe even closing down the eyes if it feels comfortable, and just slowly working into the spine for a couple more breaths. Making the movements as exaggerated or as soft as you might need as you practice today. And then slowly taking one more round of breath, coming back to the neutral tabletop position. Bringing the weight into the left hand. I'm going to bring the right hand to the back of the neck. So the elbow is bent. Twisting at the navel as you inhale, draw the elbow up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, either come back to neutral or maybe tap the arm or even the wrist. Inhale, twist at the navel, draw the right elbow up to the sky. And then exhale, either back to neutral or maybe tapping the wrist. One more time, take an inhale, elbow goes to the sky. This time we release the hand. And then as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left armpit, bringing either the shoulder or the side of the head down to the ground, threading your needle. So maybe you stay here. Maybe that left hand comes towards the top of the mat, just to create a bit more space around the chest or shoulder area, or alternatively, maybe you tuck the palm of the hand into the right hip crease. Again, this is just an option. And then seeing as we're here, just as another option as we play through the week, maybe the left leg releases up towards the sky, finding a little inversion. Again, please only play around if it's comfortable. Notice if your hips are dropping to the right, shuffle them over to the left. So again, these are your options to play around. But anyway, on the next exhale, left knee comes down if it's raised. Left hand comes underneath the left shoulder. As we inhale, push up from the left hand, twist at the navel, draw the right arm up towards the sky, and then exhale to release. Just finding your square on the mat again. Weight goes into the right hand. Left hand comes to the back of the neck, elbow facing down. Inhale as you twist at the navel, elbow to the sky. Exhale, either neutral or tap the arm. Inhale to twist. And exhale to release and tap. Last time, inhale, draw the elbow to the sky, left arm goes up. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. Same options again. So maybe the right hand goes towards the top of the mat. Maybe we tuck it into the left hip crease. And then maybe you transfer the weight onto the left knee and draw that right leg up towards the sky. Again, all options. Embracing the balance, embracing the wobbles. And then on your next exhale, knee comes down if it's raised. Right arm comes underneath the right shoulder. Pushing up, take an inhale, twist. And then release. Left arm goes towards the sky. Okay, gently walking the arms forward to come and lay all the way down onto your front now. Bringing the legs together. Arms are parallel, elbows underneath the shoulders, almost like two train tracks. And then from here, starting to push up from the elbows, start to lift the chest, draw the shoulders back, and come to find your Sphinx pose. So the gaze comes forward, just bending into the lower back here. So just be mindful how high you come up, depending on if you have any lower back issues. But just try and roll the shoulders back and almost feel like you're pulling the arms towards the body as you lift. The hands are planted. Just taking a few breaths, breathing into that lower back. Trying not to force the body. Lovely. And then on your next exhale, gently release. Bring the hands to the shoulders. Push the feet back to the heels. And just take a moment in child's pose just to restore the back. Maybe the knees are together, just find a bit more length into the spine. Or if it's more comfortable, opening the knees and dropping towards the ground. Just taking a few breaths to counter the back bends. And then slowly spreading the fingers wide, draw the body forwards. Start to tuck the toes. On your next exhale, coming into a downward facing dog. And always at the beginning, it's nice to just pedal it out. And maybe bending into one knee, drawing the opposite heel down. Maybe looking under the left and right armpit, releasing some tension out of the back of the neck. Or maybe dropping the knees to one side as the hips drop to the other. And what feels good for you. And then once we've got it all out, slowly coming to find some stillness. To keep the knees bent as much as you need to get the feet lifted. And then as we inhale, we're going to bend the knees, look between the hands. On the exhale, either walk or hop towards the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Forward fold. Take an inhale, lift the chin, bring the gaze forward. Exhale, gently fold, bring the head to the knees, and then roll up to standing. Okay, once we get to the top, take a breath in, swing the arms up overhead, maybe looking between the thumbs. And then exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and roll down. Inhale for a half lift, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, and drop down onto the left knee. Gently rise up to find your low lunge. Arms are extended up, shoulders are relaxed. Rib cage, or lower rib cage is tucked. So we're not trying to drop the body forward or lean back. Keeping nice and straight. Finding your balance. And then on our next inhale, left arm comes forward, right arm comes back. Take a twist. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, we step back to the top of the mat. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we slowly roll back up to standing. Once we get to the top and the shoulders are drawn back, take a breath in, reach the arms up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and fold back down. Inhale, half lift or flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, and drop down onto the right knee. Find your balance and inhale to rise up to your low lunge. So the knee is roughly above the ankle. The opposite knee is roughly below the hip. Arms are extended, shoulders are drawn back. On the next inhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Find your twist. Inhale, come back to center and release the hands down. Step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Bring the arms up overhead. And this time, bringing the hands to rest at heart center. Finding your mountain pose, relaxing the shoulders, grounding down with the feet, all four corners of the sole of the foot. Shoulders are relaxed, chin slightly tucked, as is the tailbone. Okay, lovely. Slowly moving the weight now into the left foot. Start to lift the right knee up in front. And then we're just going to step it back, finding a high lunge. So again, with the feet, the closer they are parallel together, the harder the balance is. The wider they are on the mat, the more stable your base will be. So find your footing. Try and bring the heels above the toes on the back foot. Back leg is strong, bending into the right knee, arms come up. Okay, again on the inhale, left arm forward, right arm back, take a twist, come back to center, and then open out. So we're dropping the back heel, turning the toes to the left, front heel stays forward, arms come parallel with the shoulders, warrior two. So really keep the arms strong, chest lifted and shoulder blades drawn together. Grounding down with the back foot, but also with the front foot. Palms are facing down, and then bring your gaze onto that front middle finger. Then if you can gently, and without looking, see if you can open that right knee up toward the right of your mat a little bit more. Feeling this stretch in the groin and hip area. Standing strong in your warrior. I've got a sticker on my book there that says it's better to be a warrior than a warrior. For this evening and for the rest of this week, we shall be warriors. Okay, from here, keeping the bend in the knee, flip the front palm, lean forward a little, and reverse your warrior. So the right arm goes up, left arm can either go onto the back leg, or option to tuck it into that right hip crease. And a big stretch into the right side of the body, breathing into the right rib cage. Option to gaze up towards that right hand. Taking one more round of breath here, and then on the exhale, gaze down at the front foot and cartwheel the hands. Step the foot back now, come to find a high plank. Taking a moment just to settle them up. The wrists are above the shoulders. Core is engaged. Tailbone slightly tucked. We'll take a full breath in here. And then on the exhale, either dropping the knees or lowering straight down. Going through our vinyasa. Tops of the feet come onto the mat. Take an inhale. Find either your cobra or maybe an upward facing dog. Plant the hands. Push the feet back to the heels. Tuck the toes. And come back to downward facing dog. Lovely. Just taking a round of breath here. A full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. And then inhale. Bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, either walk or hop. towards the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, we roll all the way up to standing. Bring the arms above the head, palms to touch. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Lovely. Moving the weight into the left foot now. Start to lift the right knee. Level with the hip. And then we step it back. Find your lunge position. So again, moving the feet where you need to. Back leg is engaged. Heel is above the toes, bending into the left knee. So you can get a good bend in that left knee. And then as we inhale, right arm forward, left arm back, taking a twist. Back to center. And then warrior two. The right foot faces the right side now. Left foot faces forward. Arms stay active. Just double check this back arm. Sometimes it likes to be down here. See if we can keep both arms level with the shoulders. Almost imagining like you're breathing out of your fingertips. Spread them nice and wide. Chest is lifted. Focus comes onto this front middle finger for your warrior two. Maybe even reminding yourself again in this pose that you are a warrior, not a warrior. Lovely. And then on our next inhale, flip the front palm, bend into the knee a little more, keep the bend, and reverse your warrior. Left arm goes up, right arm either on the back leg, try not to push into the knee, or tucking it into the hip crease. Option to gaze up towards the left hand, taking a full breath into this left side of the body as we lift the rib cage. Taking one more round here, and then on the exhale, gazing at the front foot as you cartwheel the hands. Inhale as you step back to your plank. And again, we'll just take a moment to settle it up. Keeping the arms straight above the shoulders. Core is engaged, tailbone slightly tucked. Full breath in here. And then as you exhale, either drop the knees or come into your chaturanga halfway down. Inhale, find your cobra or maybe an upward facing dog. The options, you can change this up as you go. And then exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Lovely. Okay, bend the knees, look between the hands on the exhale, either walk or hop towards the top of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Swing the arms up overhead. Bring the palms to touch. And meet in our mountain pose. Shoulders are relaxed, chin slightly tucked. Keeping the balance neutral so the weight ain't on the backs of the feet. It's neutral through all of them. Lovely. Okay, weight goes into the right foot. Left knee comes up. Stepping it back again. Inhale. Find your high lunge. Exhale as you relax your shoulders. Inhale, take the twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Back to center. And then warrior two. Left foot faces the left side, bending into the knee, arms are active. Settle in here, take an inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Lovely, and then exhale, come back to your warrior two, straighten the right leg, and turn both toes to face the left side. So we're standing wide-legged, both toes facing the left. Hands come onto the hips. Take a breath in, lift the chest, hinging at the hips. Start to drop the body forward and find a wide leg forward fold. Maybe the hands hit the ground. Maybe just popping them under a block if they don't quite go. If you have the space, then start to let the head hang heavy. So almost lifting the tailbone, noticing that stretch in the backs of the legs. Maybe the hands stay underneath the face. Maybe you walk them to the opposite side of the mat. Or option to take a little toe bind. Just try and keep the head heavy so there's no strain on the back of the neck. And then start to bring your attention back to your feet. Notice that most of the weight might be on the heels. Can you start to transfer that forward? Maybe just notice how the sensations in the backs of your legs change. Try not to take it too far forward, just enough that we've evenly distributed the weight of the feet. And then slowly releasing the bind as you took one, bring the hands underneath the face, engage the core, and gently start to rise back up to standing. Turn the front toes to face the front again. Leg is straight. Inhale, arms come level with the shoulders. Exhale, we bend into the knee. Inhale, we flip the front palm and reverse our warrior. Exhale, we cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot. Inhale, we step back to our plank. Exhale as we lower. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, come into your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, plant the hands, push the seat back to the heels, and find downward facing dog. Okay, bend the knees, look between the hands as you exhale. Last side, don't worry, guys. Walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Arms up overhead. Exhale, release. Hands are at heart center. Weight goes into the left foot. Right knee comes level with the hip. Step the right foot back and find your lunge. Inhale as the arms go up. Exhale as we relax the shoulders. Inhale, take your twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. And then back to center. Find your warrior two. Right toes to the right. Arms stay level with the ground. Inhale, flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg and turn the left toes to face the right. We're in a forward, wide leg forward fold, opposite side. Hands come onto the hips. Breath in as we lift the chest, hinge at the hips, and slowly start to drop the body forward. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me, even though I'm technically on the opposite side. Dropping the body forward. Right, you've got the option to do the same again and kind of hang out or take a toe bind. Or if you'd like to join me for a twist, we're going to bring the right hand as close to the left foot as we can. Inhale, twist at the navel and draw the left arm up to the sky. On the exhale, swinging over, left hand comes towards the right foot, twist at the navel and draw the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, release it down, right hand to left foot, left arm draws to the sky. On the inhale, one more time, exhale, left hand comes to right foot. Inhale, take your twist. And then exhale, release back down. Hands come underneath the face, core is engaged as we slowly start to raise the body up. Lovely. Left toes turn to face the top of the mat again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we bend into the left knee. Inhale, we flip the left palm and reverse our warrior. And then exhale, we cartwheel the hands. Frame the front foot. Inhale steps us back to a plank. Exhale as you lower, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. I'm doing different ones just so you can see and choose yourself. Exhale, pushing back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. Okay, bend the knees. Walk or hop towards the top of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come all the way to standing. Little play on balancing now. So I'm just going to turn to you. You can stay facing the front. Bringing the weight into the left foot. coming back to our tree pose. And maybe the hands are on the hips, maybe you want to go straight to heart center. Option one is to bring that right heel to the left ankle. If you feel a little bit more confident in your balance, maybe it goes to the calf or maybe to the thigh. So again, play with it, see how you feel, find your comfort. So either one of these, I'm just going to give my example with the heel. So once you feel like you've grounded down, found your roots with your left foot, slowly start to raise the arms above. Keep the palms together and find your tree pose. Okay, now we're going to take 2 breaths. So as you inhale, see if you can maintain balance and bring the arms open wide, level with the shoulders. Try and take the full breath and then nicely slow down the exhale as we close them back together. Bring the palms to touch and then inhale, open the arms, level with the shoulders, palms facing up. Exhale, release, hands come together. Bring them back to heart center. Right knee draws forward and then release it down. Lovely. Opposite side now. So either keeping the hands at heart center, maybe the hips. Left heel goes onto right ankle. Or again, finding your balance. Try and keep a steady breath as we move on to the balancing. And if you can, once you know where you're going, try and listen rather than look. Focusing on a point that doesn't move, you may find it a little bit easier. So once we're rooted with the right foot, palms come up together, reaching, finding length in the body, tree pose. On the inhale, bring the arms wide, level with the shoulders, palms facing up, almost like an open tree. And then exhale, bring in that winter. Let's get rid of our leaves and close the tree. One more time. Inhale, open up the arms, bring the palms level with the shoulders. Another thing I like about tree pose, exhale, gently close, but if you wobble out of it, you just blame it on a breeze, and you're technically more like a tree. Hands come back to heart center, left knee comes forward, and then release it down. Take a little bit of a pedal out with the legs if we need to. And then from here, slowly start to toe heel your feet wide of the mat. So again, you may be facing this way. Toes are hanging over the edge. So just widen the gap to a point that's comfortable. Again, you may have to adjust to find your sweet spot. Hands stay at heart center. And then we just start to lower the seat, but keep the spine lifted. Coming through into our malasana or yogi squat. So bringing the elbows into the inner thighs. You may, if you wish, just pop a block underneath. But if we're using a block, then we can still keep the chest lifted, spine long, and stay at heart center. So you're using your elbows just to open up the hips a little bit more, but also find your stability. So just work out where your feet need to be width-wise, that you can maintain a hold, keeping a nice steady breath. Breathing for 2. You've got this. Breathe in for 1. And then gently release. Bring the hands down to the ground. Slowly lower your feet. And come to sit. Both legs are out in front. And then from here, let me turn so you can see me. We're going to bend the right knee and bring the sole of the foot inside the thigh. Now, instead of looking down the left leg, you can find the center point here. Okay. And again, I'm giving you 2 options. Option 1, find the toe. Maybe that means bending the leg or keeping it straight. Alternatively, maybe bringing the forearm into the inside of the thigh, or again, on a block, just to stop the body opening. As we inhale, right arm draws up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you almost lean into the side, trying to grab your toes. Using the left elbow to stop the body from opening that way. So maybe just trying to open that right shoulder to the back of the room, feeling that stretch across the right side of the body. Maybe keeping that left leg engaged. Maybe keeping a bit of a stretch on the backs of them legs. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Option to look underneath the right armpit. As you inhale, right arm comes up. And we transfer over to the opposite side. The right leg extends out. Left leg bends. Sole of the foot comes onto the inside of the thigh. And then again, maybe you bind the toe, maybe you bring the thigh in. Left arm comes up on the inhale. And then as we exhale, leaning into the opposite side, stretching into the left side of the body now. So again, can you maybe just draw that left shoulder towards the back of the room, just opening up the front of the body a bit more. And then option to gaze underneath the left armpit. Just working with the breath now. With each exhale, maybe seeing if you can just fold over that right leg a little bit more. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Inhale, come back to center. Draw both legs out in front. Lovely. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Arms are extended up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Slowly start to drop the body forward. Try and keep the chest lifted. So we're not trying to round the back like this. You're almost drawing the shoulder blades back, keeping the chest lifted. So for me, this is my forward fold. And then all I go from here, with each inhale, find a lift on the chest. With each exhale, gently drawing the body forward, but not rounding the back. So we're just coming, you're almost bringing the chest down towards the body, which gently releases the head. So just work with the breath over the next week or so. And then inhale, come back to center. Watching your back, exhale, gently release all the way onto the ground. Come to lay on your back. Okay, bring your arms out to the side. Bring both knees into the body. Round about level with the hips. And then we're just going to take some drops. So drop the knees to the left. Maybe they hit the ground and you take the full twist. Maybe you hover them up and engage the core. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, drop them over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the right again. And then inhale, come back to center. Release both feet down. Bring them around about hip width distance apart. And then bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing towards the ground. Engaging the glutes and the inner thighs. Take an inhale. Start to lift the hips and the pelvis up towards the sky. And find your bridge pose. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind the back. And roll onto the shoulders, just creating a bit more space in the front of the body. And then maybe for the last few breaths, just come onto the tippy toes. See if you can get that extra lift. Being mindful not to let the knees fall out to the side. So just finding that lift. Taking one more full round of breath. And then as you exhale, nice and slowly, controlled, drop the heels if they're up. Release the bind behind the back. And gently roll back down onto the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the lower back last. Draw the knees into the body and maybe just take a rock from side to side. With the option to take a happy baby, grabbing the outside of the feet, soles of the feet go to the ground as the inside of the arms are on the inside of the legs. So almost drawing the knees down. And then maybe you stay here. Maybe you take a little rock from side to side, give that lower back a massage. Maybe you straighten the legs. Just seeing whatever last few movements you may need to make. And then when you are ready, gently release the feet. Slide the left foot to the left corner of the mat. Bring the right foot to the right corner of the mat. Arms can be down by your sides, palms facing up. Or maybe bringing one onto your heart, one onto your stomach. Just before we move into our final resting pose, take 3 breaths together. So a full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, and as you exhale, slowly start to relax the toes. Relax the feet, moving up the legs. With each exhale now, the ankles get softer. The knees get heavier. Hips start sinking into the ground. And again, full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, and as you exhale, let the hands go soft. Fingers, wrists relax. Elbows get heavy as you relax the shoulders a little bit more. And then take one more full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, and as you exhale, just relax the face. Relax the jaw. A little space between your eyebrows. Let the back of your head get heavy as you sink into the mat. For your final resting pose, Shavasana. Here, just taking a few moments to just enjoy some stillness. Okay, now for the final week, I am going to do a full Shavasana. And for those of you that are quite happy to chill for a little bit longer, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need to and close the class when you're ready. Those of you that are ready to come out, just gently start to wake up the body with some simple movements, wiggling the toes and the fingers, circling the wrists and the ankles. Maybe taking that full body stretch, reaching the arms above the head and pointing the toes away from the body. And then drawing the knees into the body one final time, just for a quick moment of gratitude from you to you. Just a hug. Take it as you will. Maybe say a kind word. And then when you're ready, slowly coming to find a seat, keeping the eyes closed down or a soft gaze. Close the class with one final round of breath together. Sitting up nice and tall, spine lifted, chin slightly tucked, shoulders relaxed, arms comfortable. Full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, and as you exhale, drop the chin and just release anything that's not going to serve you moving forward after today's practice. As you inhale, gently lift the chin, blink the eyes open, welcome the goodness you just created in the room. Thumb knuckles to third eye. Namaste. Thank you very